Families. This is a newest member, and I don't even like to call you that anymore because you've been here a lot. You have earned your dues and paid your dues. So, but
Thank you.
But you are the new generation,
the newest of
right?
of the group. It's true.
And you brought something that is absolutely new this week. You haven't seen it yet, unless you've caught the show earlier this week. This is awesome. We are going to have two ground cover collections in this show. This one is a shade-loving ground cover. It's a Lamium ground cover. I love it because it's the only shade-loving ground cover that Roberta's offers. It's at a feature price of $29.92. If you do have that Q card and order with it, you get easy pay that breaks down to just under $6. Talk about ground cover and why we love it, because for people like me who are very bad at gardening or new, maybe you just bought a new home and for the first time you don't know what to do with your landscaping, it can't get any easier than ground cover that has beautiful flowers to it. So it's not just something that looks kind of
this is gonna bring
boring.
Gorgeous, right? This is gonna bring gorgeous, glowing, two-tone foliage in the shade, but it's also going to produce these beautiful flowers heavily from March till May, and then it will flower intermittently the rest of the summer long. Now we call this our four-piece shade-loving Lamium ground cover. So this is a ground cover that you will plant in the shade. You will replace your mulch, replace your gravel in the shade. It will also smother out the weeds.
Okay.
It slows erosion, and it flowers like this gorgeously. It's, you know, Stacey, you said that you're not a good gardener.
I'm terrible, I will be honest.
I would say most people that would say that about themselves are just picking the wrong plants.
Well, I think that's really what it comes down to. It's not about our skill level. It's about having the right plant that's going to work for you. And that's why when you have the Walling family here, this is a valuable resource that's going to save you time and money and frustration.
Right.
If you have been unhappy with the results you've been getting because you've been going to the local garden centers and nothing's working, this is the perfect opportunity to try something like this, especially if you need the most bang for your buck.
Right.
Especially if it's just getting too much to stay on top of weeding, because you have to be out there every week taking care of that. You don't have time. Look at this, and the payoff is huge because you get the flowers.
Exactly. And in terms of ground covers in the shade, there's very few ground covers that really perform well in the shade. Pachysandra and ivy are two that come to mind, but those ground covers are just strictly green foliage. To find a shade-loving ground cover that produces gorgeous flowers like that is almost impossible. To our knowledge, this is the only shade-loving ground cover that will produce flowers like this all spring long and then intermittently during the rest of the summer. And with this four-piece collection, each of the four plants will cover about, you want to hold that for me?
So this is how they're going to be shipped, and you're going to get 4 of these.
You're getting 4 of these. You're getting 2 of the pink pewter and 2 of the purple dragon. Now, each of these 4 plants, when you plant them in your shady garden, the north side of your house, under your large maple trees, under your large oak trees.
We can actually have color under those big trees.
Under those big trees. And now each one of these plants will spread about 2 feet around. So what we're seeing on this table is a representation of one collection at the end of the first year.
Of just the first season you get this.
And if you look at it, this gorgeous foliage, can we get in real close here and just take a nice look at these beautiful two-tone foliage mixed with these purple pewter flowers. Now this is incredible when you consider this is going to be in your shady garden. This is going to replace the mulch under those large trees. It will replace the gravel. It will also help slow erosion, and this thick foliage will keep weeds from growing through it.
Oh my goodness. I mean, the colors of the flowers, there's not only purples and pinks, but you see ivories, you see hints of blue in here, which is a color in a garden that's very, very hard to come by, to have the blue tones. And then the leaves. The leaves almost have this little shimmer to it, especially after or the morning dew.
They just
kind
glow.
of glisten. I mean, it's
totally
absolutely stunning to know the payoff that you get, and you'll get year-round color. That's why we love
every single year, because it's winter hardy to negative 35 degrees. So this is a plant you plant in those shady areas and let it be, and then it will just take care of itself. Come back every single year better than ever. And it's so fantastic because these are going to produce a heavy amount of flowers from March to May.
Okay.
And then it will continue. Yeah, that's
Okay.
a long season of flowers for a shady ground cover. And then it will continue to produce flowers the rest of the summer long intermittently. So it's a real no-fuss plant that you can finally replace the mulch in the shade, replace your gravel, smother out those weeds. Plant this on the north side of your home, under your large trees.
Wow.
Maybe you have a shed that, you know, nothing will grow. This will handle the wet shade or the dry shade, no problem.
And around like the boulders that we may have, like the rocks in our
that
landscaping.
gets too much shade for even the grass, these will perform perfectly.
That is fantastic. Brand new this week, already 2,000 spoken for. Roberta's 4-piece shade-loving Lamium ground cover at that feature price. Remember, order with that Q card. You get it home for $5.98. M53078 is your item number. All right, coming up in less than 10 minutes, I have the Balmy Series B Bomb. This is